Alright, plant homies, today is going to be a quick one. I ordered some more stuff from Thailand, and because of all the tariffs and everything, it got stuck in the mail for like over a month. Well, it wasn't stuck in the mail, but the importer basically told me one of the places called Dragon Courier like messed up and she lost a bunch of plants, so they're switching to DHL. And it took a long time for them to get the plants shipped, so they weren't in the mail, they're just in her care. But it took over a month after I paid for them to get the plants. So I kind of wanted to discuss the dark side of importing. Even though this import wasn't that bad and the importer did end up helping me out in the end, I still kind of got screwed over, and in this video I will explain to you why. So this is the main plant I imported. I imported it as an Albo Scalprum. Looks more minty to me. When I try to look up the mint ones on Instagram and stuff, it showed like full mint ones, kind of like the full mint fry deck I have. I'll show you guys that. I'm not sure if I ever shared that in the video, but it doesn't quite have like the full white Albo leaves. I'll give you guys a close-up. You can see it has some white in there, but most of it's like a minty variegation, and then the new leaf is almost no variegation. So I got a good deal on it. So I think in the end it'll be worth it. So sometimes when you get these plants and it's supposed to be one thing and it turns out to be another, you can get lucky. I've ordered plants that I thought were one thing, and then they ended up being something that's actually worth more money than I paid for it, which I'm hoping is what happens with this. I doubt that will be in this case because the albos are a lot cooler looking in my opinion. But like I was saying, I didn't pay too much for it. And I also got some corms in the deal, which was pretty cool. I got 2 pink Watsonia corms, which I will show you as well. Even though I got those for basically free, and I was supposed to get a silver blue batwing corm, but it came all mushy and stuff. So even though I got those 3 corms for basically free, it kind of bummed me out, and I'll explain to you why. So here's a close-up of the Scalprum. As you can see, the new leaf is basically just green, which was kind of a bummer. You can see at the bottom there's a little bit of mintiness, but yeah, she said with high light the Albo will come back, and she showed me a picture of the first leaf, but I do not think that is going to be the case. But it actually looks pretty cool, and I think it's still going to be worth the money I paid for it. But yeah, you can see this was the leaf I was originally shown, which was pretty cool, but she said it had fungus, so she had to chop off the bottom because of for the phytosanitary for the agriculture people. But yeah, that's the Albo Scalprum. The Albo Scalprum. I think it's really a mint variegated Scalprum. But let me show you the other plants. Or I'll just tell you about the other corms because they're in moss and one is obviously in the trash. But I'll overlay a little video of the other 2 corms. The pink Watsonia corms were honestly the smallest corms I've ever seen. They both had roots and they look like they're about to sprout, so it could be a good thing. But obviously the new leaf is going to be super tiny and it's probably going to take a while to grow. But they were literally like 1 centimeter long, maybe 1.5 centimeters long. They were literally the smallest corms I've ever seen in my life. I was surprised they had roots and they were about to sprout. But I've sprouted some small corms, like the pink chantry I showed you guys in the previous video. That was like a super skinny corm. These ones actually are a little bit fatter, but they're just so tiny, it's like a trip out. But yeah. Then the silver blue batwing corm, I'll put another little video over this. But that came completely mushy, which was a super bummer. And when I contacted the importer, she was like, oh, well, I guess on the next shipment, we can split the shipping cost, which was also kind of a bummer because obviously she's not going to send me 1 silver blue batwing corm, which like I think the value on her Instagram was $100. But it's a bummer for me because I wanted that plant for myself. I thought it was pretty cool, and obviously now I'm not going to get it. it just sucks when stuff like that happens and it's coming from out of the country, because they can't just send you they can't just resend you something, because the shipping is usually like a minimum $100 for the phytosanitary and the shipping and everything all together. So they would just be like losing a bunch of money if they did that every time. And then obviously, if I order hundreds of dollars worth of stuff and she covers the shipping, just because, or she covers half the shipping, that's like a $50 value for me. So I'm basically losing money as well. So we both kind of lose in this situation. Well, I guess she doesn't lose because I paid her for everything. But yeah, that's the downsides of importing. Sometimes you get a little bit screwed over. If you're importing from someone that really doesn't know what they're doing, you can really get screwed over. And that's happened to me. I've spent hundreds of dollars and got plants in the mail that just immediately died, or they were dead when I got them and I got zero refund. But in the long run, I think it's honestly worth it, because you usually save money compared to buying plants in the United States, and you sometimes get way hooked up in the end, and sometimes you kind of just get equal value to what you pay for, but you're getting something that's not easily found in the United States, so it's easy to sell. A lot of people buy stuff here and expect to sell it super easily at a super high price, but obviously that's not how the market works. But for now, yeah, I just wanted to share my experience with you and give you a little update on one of the other plants, the pink chantryi. I did end up selling the little corm with a little leaf. I think I included that in a previous video. So, and I sold another corm, and I'll show you the rest of the corms. When I repotted it, I got 7 corms from it. 2 were rooted and they're about to sprout, so I'll be able to sell those for a pretty good price. I sold 1 corm already with 1 leaf, obviously. So I already made back my money from buying the plant, and now I have like 5 or 6 more corms to sell. I think I'm gonna give a couple away to my friends. Yeah, so there's a case where importing the plant, I definitely made my money back and more within 2.5, 3 months of buying the plant, because here they're still very expensive. If I was to buy it here, I'll still be trying to recoup my money. But since I imported it, I got a really nice one with really nice variegation, and I made my money back within 2.5 to 3 months. For some people that can seem like a long time, but when you have so many plants and you're always selling plants and always recouping your money, it actually isn't that long of a time, and it's pretty dang awesome. So here's the Scalprum under the plant lights. Maybe you can see it a little bit better, but obviously you can tell it's just super minty, and it didn't come in the best condition obviously, but it's still not bad at all. There's the chantryi. I repotted it in soil. You can see it got a little bit of damage, but that wasn't from me replanting it. That was honestly from before I replanted it. I kind of just let it chill and I didn't touch it very much, and I wasn't taking very good care of it, so it kind of suffered there a little bit. But now it's gonna put out a new leaf, and it's gonna look amazing as it did before. All right, and here are the pink chan corms. You can see them chilling in the water. There's the smallest one. We got like a medium-sized one. We got 1 big one, and I sold another big one already. And then there's another medium-sized one. These are in the puddle method. That's something we can discuss in another video. I just started doing it. I used to grow my corms in moss, but this seems to be a little bit less labor intensive. You just put them in a little bit of water, wait till they sprout, and then you can transfer them to moss. But yeah, then I got 2 pink chan corms in moss. Those are the ones that already had roots, so I just wanted to put them straight into moss so they can grow some superior roots, sprout, and be big right from the get-go. I guess I can show you one more thing. One of my friends gave me an Aurea fry deck, which is pretty darn cool. You can see it's super yellow. Here's like a regular fry deck next to it. You can totally see the difference. This one is obviously white, and this one is obviously yellow. She did give me 2 actually. And I think the new leaf opened up. You can see they basically look green when they open up, but the yellow burns in as they get older. But a weird thing about it is it looks like they kind of turn into a normal fry deck, and they fade from green to yellow back down to white. I'm not sure. I literally just got this a couple days ago, so we'll have to see how it grows in. If anyone has experience with the Aurea fry deck, let me know. But yeah, now I have 3 fry decks. Oh yeah, I forgot to show the mint one, so I'll show that one and end the video. But here's the Aurea, a regular Here's my big regular one. Obviously I need to move it. I think I have shown these already, but here is the full mint fried X. You can see they start off like lime green, kind of like a Gatorade yellow, and then they end up fading down to just a dark minty green. Here's my big one just in case I haven't shown it before. Alright guys, as you can see I changed my shirt. I took the dog for a walk and got all sweaty. But I just wanted to make an end to this video and show you guys there can be a little bit of a downside to importing plants, but the same thing can happen here in the United States. You can get some plants from people locally and they can come dead or get lost in the mail, and a lot of these sellers are ruthless out there. They won't refund you or replace the plants. They do make it known usually before you buy the plant, but in my opinion I still think they should make it right, not put all the blame on you, especially when you spend your hard-earned money. But I can understand where they're coming from. Like I said, the seller I got from in Thailand did kind of make it right, but I did get a little bit screwed. But in the end, I think it's really worth it to import plants, because even if you do get a little screwed over, sometimes you get super lucky and you usually end up with a plant that's hard to find in the United States. You usually get something a little bit bigger for the same price, and it's a really fun process. I suggest anyone at least give it a try out there. Yeah, I just wanted to also give you the update on the pink chantry, or however you say it, show you from beginning to where I imported the plant to the end to where I collect corms and start selling them and recouping my money. If that's kind of annoying or a little bit repetitive, let me know down below. But if you like following the process and seeing everything from beginning to end, let me know as well. I just want to share my experience with you guys so you guys can feel more comfortable doing things like that and know what to expect. But yeah, anyways, peace out for now, plant homies.